for the Jets. 4:57 to play in the third, and Muhammad Wilkerson, oh boy, what a season he put together. Questions as to whether or not he was part of the long-term plan for the Jets. Did not sign a long-term deal. So the Jets have had the wind at their back in the second and third quarters, but they haven't had a whole lot of opportunities. The Bills have had long drives in the second and third quarters. Fitzpatrick throws on first down. Marshall with the catch and a stiff arm along the sideline for Brandon Marshall. It is enough for a first down. Let's go down to Evan Washburn.
Well, and you could see the emotion on Wilkerson's face. He could put very little to no weight on that right leg. The focus from the athletic trainers and doctors seemed to be the leg and foot area, not the knee. No official word from the Jets, but obviously does not look good as he headed into the locker room, guys. All
right, Evan Wilkerson in his 5th year, the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. He's been a professional from day one. Made just under $7 million this year. Never got that long-term deal, though. Chris Ivory going up the middle for 5 yards. Jets again working with just the 2 running backs, Ivory and Ridley. Bilal Powell is out with an ankle injury, and it's been pretty apparent that they miss him.
Well, they're missing his explosiveness, both as a receiver and as of late as a runner for the Jets, especially in third down situations where the Jets have struggled today. 0 for 6 on third downs.
Yeah, it's a 2nd and 5 here for the Jets. Ivory remains in there. We're under 4 minutes to go in the third. The Jets trail the Bills by 9. Fitzpatrick, it's on time to Brandon Marshall. And another first down, this time into Buffalo territory. Brought down by Leotis McKelvin on the play.
And the Bills double team from the inside and outside. McKelvin outside, and then coming in late is the safety, Duke Williams. And it was an all-out blitz. But Fitzpatrick and Marshall hook up for 16 and a key first down.
5 catches, 90 yards, a touchdown for Marshall. Decker has been held to 1 catch so far on the day. Fitzpatrick is 7 of 17, 91 yards. Moving pocket, will throw against the grain to Minwa. Brought out short of the 40-yard line. Now this is new territory for Quincy Enunwa as well. He's got more responsibility because of injuries. Devin Smith, Chris Owusu earlier in the season. Darius just limped off. It's the first time Enunwa has been in this kind of situation, really in his first year out of Nebraska. And the bill down, it's the former Jet, I.K. Enampali, who made news after punching Geno Smith in the face in the locker room before the first preseason game, breaking his jaw and getting his walking papers from the Jets.
Meet Marvin. Marvin thinks you have to be a brainiac to do your own taxes. So we brought in world-renowned brainiac Dr. S. James Gates Jr. to help him get started.
Marvin, you got a W-2?
Yeah, I do.
You got a finger?
Yes.
Take the finger and press it right here. Yay, you got it.
Yay.
Intuit TurboTax. Taxes done smarter.
Guys, to celebrate Super Bowl 50, I'm rewarding fans with a special offer. Order a large pizza and get a second large pizza for 50 cents.
50 cents? That's pocket change.
If only we had pockets.
What? Purely decorative.
Get a large one-topping pizza for only 50 cents when you order any large pizza at regular menu price. Add our new Brookie for just $6 more.
Better ingredients.
Better pizza. Better football. PapaJohns.com.
This is my little brother, Luca.
It's nice to meet you. You're under arrest.
You're helping a suspected Russian spy.
I'm trying to prevent war.
Let me break him.
Either you do this, or I will.
Tomorrow, an all-new Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss Samuel L. Jackson. Plus, later in the week, Jerry Seinfeld and Matthew Broderick. All-new Colbert coming up this week. I.K. Enampali got up, limped to the sideline for Buffalo. Just 13 tackles this season for Enimpali, who was a 6th-round pick of the Jets back in 2014. And a lot of the talk, the narrative has been out there that Enimpali was sort of like the MVP for the Jets because he punched Geno Smith in the jaw, and that allowed Ryan Fitzpatrick to take over. I would tell you that the sense that was building was that Fitzpatrick would eventually have gotten the job anyway over Geno. Sidearm throw. It's offline. Brandon Marshall, the intended receiver. This coaching staff and the front office had no connection to Geno Smith whatsoever. Fitzpatrick, on the other hand, had a connection with Chan Gailey, the offensive coordinator of the Jets. When he was the head coach in Buffalo, Fitzpatrick was the starter. And also Mike McCagnon, who did not draft Geno Smith, but McCagnon did work with Houston. Fitzpatrick played for the Texans last season, and he acquired him for what turned out to be a 6th-round draft pick. 3rd and 5. Fitzpatrick in some traffic. Eric Decker. Will it be enough for a first down? Trying to extend out. It all depends on the spot right now for New York.
And bring out the chains to take a look at this one. The Decker, the big body here, makes the catch here, is pushed back, and now he's going to reach down the field. Let's see it. 6'3", smartly reaching out before his knees hit down, and it pays off for the first down.
By the nose of the ball. New set of downs for the Jets. 2:17 to go in the 3rd.
So many things that receivers have to be aware of. Their feet along the sidelines, but also knowing when to dive forward, keep every body part off the ground, let the ball hit the ground first, as Decker did that time. No. It paid off.
Even.
From the 36. Ridley back in there for the Jets. We hit 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Play action. Fitzpatrick looking downfield. They'll throw to the sideline. Incomplete. Kenbrell Tompkins was in the area for the Jets. It's 2nd and 10 now.
That was just a 3-man route that time. Tompkins on the side that Fitzpatrick rolled to. Decker right over the middle, then Marshall on the far side of the field. Not a lot of options on that pass play for Fitzpatrick. That's now 9 of 21 for 101 yards.
That Decker catch was the first 3rd down conversion for the Jets today. Now 1 of 7. This is a 2nd and 10 for New York.
He's going to have to burn a timeout in a game where they trail by 9.
Only had 10 players on the field.
And another uncharacteristic mistake for the Jets. Been plagued by mistakes all afternoon.
For a team that has changed its persona this season, they've been more disciplined. They cut down on the penalties compared to when Rex Ryan was the head coach.
And more clutch.
Oh, they've handled pressure situations. No panic for the Jets. Quarterbacks coach Kevin Petula, who is the go-between in the diagram with Chan Gailey and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Gailey calls the plays. It comes through to Petula. Petula is in the headset of Fitzpatrick. 2nd and 10. Buffalo leads at 19-10. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Fitzpatrick has time. He throws to Decker. First down with a 15-yard grab, working against Nikel Roby on the play.
Well, watch as Decker comes out of this break against Roby. This is a great throw by Fitzpatrick. Right on a line, right to the chest of Decker, where he can make the catch without even having to worry whether he's inbounds or not. First down.
Mike's 5'2".
Chan Gailey, the former head coach of the Bills from 2010 to 2012. Calling the plays for the Jets. Bootleg. Fitzpatrick on the move and tosses it away. Pressure coming from Williams and Hughes for Buffalo.
Chan Gailey says, I draw up the big picture, and Petula is in charge of the details. A lot of film study with Fitzpatrick and Petula. And when Fitzpatrick goes to the sidelines, they get on the pad there with the communication upstairs with Gailey. Nice three-way operation for the Jets.
5 straight wins for the Jets, and a number of those games came right down to the wire. A win today, and they are in the playoffs. 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick, high throw. Brandon Marshall out of bounds. Leotis McKelvin with the stick.
A great job by McKelvin helping Marshall go out of bounds. Grabs him here and holds him. Left foot is in, the right foot is out because of McKelvin's strength here to pull Marshall out of bounds. Jets have 4 first downs on this drive. They had 4 for the entire ball game prior to this drive.
It's a 3rd and 10. 1:15 to play in the 3rd. Play clock's down to 2, down to 1. Fitzpatrick steps up, pulls the trigger, end zone, touchdown! Fitzpatrick to Decker. And the Jets close the gap.
And again, it's a blitz, Ian. And the Bills don't get to Fitzpatrick because he can step up behind the blocking of Winters, Mangold, and James Carpenter. Look at the hole for him as Decker fakes out Graham at the 5-yard line. And Fitzpatrick, with his eyes down the field, floats him a soft one for the score.
It is the 9th game where Marshall and Decker have both had at least 1 touchdown. That's an NFL record. The extra point from Bullock. 1:10 to play in the 3rd. Buffalo 19, the Jets 17. 11 plays, 77 yards. Decker, his 50th touchdown. And Marshall and Decker, the first Jets teammates with 1,000+ receiving yards in the same season since Keyshawn Johnson and Wayne Corbett back in 1998. That's 2 touchdowns for Ryan Fitzpatrick, a touchdown apiece for Marshall and Decker. This is a 2-point game, late stages of the 3rd quarter.
Decker has 375 receptions on his career, and his ratio of 50 touchdowns is just outstanding.
So a couple things to keep in mind. Carpenter missed an extra point. That's why Buffalo's at 19. Bullock missed a 40-yard field goal.
And you just know this game's going to come down to a field goal. And will the win affect the attempt?
Bullock will kick it off to Walter Powell. That one bounces in the end zone. Bills will have it at the 20-yard line. You know, this team has talked about the chemistry and how close and cohesive this group has gotten. Marshall and Decker at the forefront. Pittsburgh leads Cleveland 17-12. They are just underway in the 4th quarter in Ohio. A Jets win, and that game becomes irrelevant. A Jets loss, and the door is open for the Steelers. Jets are playing without Muhammad Wilkerson. Ankle injury in this 3rd quarter. Gillisley tries to get to the outside, picks up 2 yards. Let's go to New York. JB and Boomer Esiason standing by.
A productive Browns foot.
Well, 17-play drive, nearly 10 minutes of possession time leads to Travis Kuhn's 4th field goal on the day. Steelers still lead 17-12. That one from 29 yards.
Iron Eagle, Dan Fouts.
Cleveland hanging tough. 40 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter in Orchard Park. 19-17, Buffalo in front. Watkins goes in motion. Taylor moves the pocket, throws on the move to Watkins. Short of a first down.
Watkins did a good job at just catching this low snap from Eric Wood. And Watkins, if he could have had this one back, he might have tried to get a little bit closer to the first down caught the ball, just stepped out of bounds. The defensive back was playing off him. Had a chance to maybe pick up the first down.
Sets up a 3rd and 2 now for Buffalo. Taylor on the pitch. Hoovie Dixon will throw it back to Taylor. Do they have something working downfield? Taylor looking to run. Brought down into the bag of tricks, and it doesn't work for Buffalo. David Harris with the hit. No gain on the play, and that's the final play of the 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th. The Jets need a win to secure a playoff spot without any help. It's tight in Orchard Park.
Ring in the new year with the first new Big Bang of 2016.
Who wants to get their shelled on?
If anything, I'm trying to get my shelled off.
A new Big Bang Theory, CBS this Thursday. Jason Derulo performs live at the People's Choice Awards. Live CBS Wednesday.
Opportunity has no slow season, no off days or downtime. Opportunity is everything you make of it. This winter, take advantage of our season's best offers on the latest generation of Cadillacs. The 2016 Cadillac SRX. Get this low mileage lease from around $339 per month or purchase with 0% APR financing.
It's game day in America. Across the country, fans are watching football in a whole new way. You join a league, we pick a team, and we compete like never before. Today, watching football is more exciting than ever. Because today, we FanDuel. Start today and join the millions who've already played FanDuel. Enter the promo code and get a free entry into a 50-50 league. Just finish in the top half to win cash.
to get our best available rate, plus earn up to 2,000 Wyndham Rewards bonus points.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
We start the 4th quarter in Western New York. Buffalo 19, the Jets 17, and the Bills will punt 4th down. Darrelle Revis, his presence felt on that trick play by Buffalo that didn't work. Colton Schmidt, the punt. Curley ranges over, brings it in cleanly, and darts towards the sideline. He's out of bounds, shy of the 30.
Now you go to 7 Pro Bowls because you don't fall for trick plays. Here's Revis, and here's Watkins. And when Watkins goes down the field, just kind of slowing down a little bit. But look at Revis. He feels something's coming here as the double pass comes back, and that's exactly where Taylor wants to go with this ball. But look at Revis right with Watkins. And the Jets get a huge 3rd down stop.
So the Jets have possession, trailing by 2, just underway in the 4th. They open up at their own 28-yard line. Chris Ivory in the backfield. Give it to Ivory. He's got a hole. And Ivory is brought down after a gain of 5.5 on the play. Mario Williams and Bakari Rambo in on the stop. We'll keep you updated throughout now this 4th quarter on Cleveland and Pittsburgh. 17-12, the Steelers leading the Browns. A Steeler loss, and the Jets would make the playoffs no matter what happens here in Orchard Park. A Jets win, and the Steeler game becomes irrelevant. 2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick fires. It's caught. Brandon Marshall curls it upfield. Marshall, a collision out near midfield, and he's hit hard by Roby. Holds on to the football. It's a 15-yard hookup and a 1st down for the Jets.
You can see the confidence level of the Jets just rising here as Marshall's snatched this ball and then quickly gets to the middle of the field. But Fitzpatrick getting time to throw now is really settling in and throwing some on-target passes.
Another single-season franchise record for Brandon Marshall, his 10th game with over 100 yards receiving, passing the Hall of Famer Don Maynard. 1917 Buffalo, 13.5 to play in the fourth. Jets are on the move. Fitzpatrick working out of the gun, throws. Fitzpatrick lets it fly. Incomplete. Looking for Tompkins down the sideline. Fitzpatrick took a shot as he released the football from Preston Brown.
Yeah, Brown coming from his middle linebacker spot on the blitz has a huge hole to run through and comes through clean. Tompkins had his man beat down the sidelines, but that hit by Preston Brown caused the incompletion.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is now 12 of 27, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, you got 52-91 there.
AFC Offensive Player of the Week after his performance against New England, the overtime victory 1 week ago. 2nd and 10, Inunua shifts, and it's a handoff for Ridley. Ridley zigzags, hurdles, and a good run from Ridley. It'll all depend on the spot. Could be 9.5 or 10, depending on where they place it.
Watch Brian Winters here do a good job on Marcel Darius. Pins him to the inside, and Ridley comes up a yard short. Quarterback sneak for the first down.
Yeah, they snap it quickly because they didn't give him the first down, and Fitzpatrick does it himself. He goes down. He got tripped trying to get up. Mario Williams was lying down. Carpenter lost his helmet on the play. They needed half a yard. They got 3, and this drive remains alive for the Jets.
Yeah, momentum now wearing green. Todd Bowles looking a little bit more relaxed on the sidelines, if that's possible.
First down for the Jets. Just short of the Buffalo 40-yard line. Motion man Decker. Fake the handoff. Fitzpatrick. Looking to throw. Fitzpatrick almost had it picked off.
There's going to be a personal foul penalty, roughing the passer on Manny Lawson.
The passer, number 91, defense. Contact to the quarterback's head. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And he hit him right in the helmet with his helmet. Just knocked Fitzpatrick's helmet off his head.
So both teams taking a long walk as they place the football at the 25-yard line of Buffalo.
Normally this would be field goal range. Not today.
And not in this direction.
That's right.
Go with the pistol formation. Fitzpatrick on a handoff. Ridley is stopped. Corbin Bryant, who has stepped in for the injured Kyle Williams. Williams, one of 18 players on injured reserve for Buffalo. A 4-time Pro Bowler. And Buffalo has missed his presence on that defensive line. Bryant makes the stop. We're down to 11:45 to play in the fourth. 19-17, the Bills leading the Jets. Jets are inside the Buffalo 25. Fitzpatrick steps up, fires, soft spot, Eric Decker. First down, Jets.
Now that time Fitzpatrick had all the time in the world. Look him survey the field, first to the left, then back to the right. The chance to step up in the pocket a little bit and allow Decker to find that soft spot in the zone. And another first down for New York.
5 catches, 50 yards for Decker. Ball is placed just inside the 15.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Oh, learn out.
Second appearance in the red zone today for the Jets. Shotgun. Fitzpatrick. Rifles. Incomplete. Marshall was covered. Mario Butler among those there for Buffalo.
Yeah, Mario Butler anticipating the post route here. A little bit of a contact there that could have been called, but the ball was thrown so far to the inside, uncatchable. Good coverage that time, though, by Butler, who's been burned a couple of times this afternoon.
9th play of the drive for the Jets. 2nd and 10. Tompkins goes in motion. Fitzpatrick unloads. Intercepted! Leonis McKelvin with the pick. A costly one for the Jets. Fitzpatrick has avoided these throughout the season. This one came at the wrong time.
Direct from our imagination. The all-new Civic from Honda.
Aruba, Jamaica. Now we can actually take it.
To Costa Rica, Bahamas. Come on, pretty mama.
Belize, Puerto Rico. People, why don't we go down to Mexico?
We'll get there fast and you can take it slow. Anywhere you want to go. All the way down to Dominican Republic.
Nice hit.
Southwest is bringing our low fares to tropical destinations. Book now at southwest.com.
Huddle up. High right tight. 44 blast on 3. Ready?
What? What's that?
It's a running play.
Let's just have a race.
Let's race. Let's do it then. Ready?
Whenever you play, just play. For 60 minutes every day. You guys want to play?
You are watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's first trip back to Buffalo with a playoff spot on the line. And a fourth quarter interception. Buffalo takes over 19-17 lead, 10:40 to play. Gillislee turns the corner, trying to dish out some punishment, picks up 3 yards. David Harris there defensively.
Go back to the interception. Here's Decker and here's Leonis McKelvin. It's a post route, but it looks like McKelvin, with all his experience, 8 years in the league now, anticipating it, ran the route for Decker. Just the second interception thrown by Fitzpatrick in the last 6 games. And I'm not sure what he was seeing there, because McKelvin had that one all the way.
2nd and 7 here for the Bills. Taylor, shotgun. A throw. Broken up by Revis. Watkins, the intended receiver. NFL Today update. JB and Boomer in New York.
Pittsburgh doing its part. Almost simultaneously with your interception by Ryan Fitzpatrick, Austin Davis fumbles for the Browns. It is recovered by the Steelers. That leads to this 8-yard touchdown reception by Marcus Wheaton. 2-point conversion was good for the Steelers. They now lead 25-12.
10:43 left in regulation. Back to Ian Eagle.
And the pressure builds here in Orchard Park. Jets trailing the Bills 19-17. 10:09 to play in the fourth. Taylor on a 3rd and 7. Anderson pressure. Taylor on the move. He's got his man. Craig Salas. First down, Buffalo.
Great mobility, moving out of the pocket to his left, and then finding Salas, and the adjustment by Salas to reach behind him to make that catch with Harris in pursuit. 20 yards on the game.
Under 10 minutes to play. Now operating at the 43-yard line. Taylor on the handoff. Nothing there for Gillislee. No gain. Thursday on CBS. Start the new year with a big bang. The first new episode of 2016, Thursday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. Boobie Dixon now comes in. Karlos Williams not a part of this because of a knee injury. Ryan Fitzpatrick just hoping that the Jets get the football back with no damage on the scoreboard. Jets were well within field goal range. We know that it's been an adventure kicking field goals or extra points in that area of the field. Hogan goes in motion on a 2nd and 10. Taylor throws to the outside. It is Hogan. And a modest gain, just 3 yards, setting up 3rd down for Buffalo.
If you're the Jets, you got to be thinking that Sammy Watkins is going to be the target on this play. The advantage the Bills have is the mobility and the escapability of the quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, to extend the play to let his receivers get down the field and get open.
10 catches, 122 yards for Watkins. It's a 3rd and 7 for Buffalo. They try to bring the pressure. Clean pocket. Taylor throws. It's complete. And guess who? Watkins on the receiving end.
Now Watkins was frustrated playing the Jets back in November with just 3 catches. Having an outstanding day today. That's now 11 for 136. And a huge 3rd down conversion.
Bills are in Jets territory at the 41-yard line. First down for Buffalo. Taylor with a deep drop. Steps up. Taylor gets towards the sideline and he's out of bounds. It's a 3-yard pickup for Taylor. We get an NFL Today update with JB and Boomer.
Pittsburgh playing alertly. Tell you, when it rains and pours in Cleveland right now, they are falling apart. This is going to be a fumbled kickoff return by Raheem Mostert of the Cleveland Browns. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to recover it right around the 26-yard line of the Cleveland Browns. They are now driving and leading 25-12.
10-19 and counting in regulation. Back to Iron Eagle.
If that holds up and this score holds up, Pittsburgh will be in the playoffs. Running play to Dixon. Caught from behind. Sheldon Richardson was not letting go of Boobie Dixon. 3-yard gain, and it's 3rd down for Buffalo.
Man, this is the first time I've ever worked in a 4-man booth, too. It's kind of cool.
That's true.
Those guys are awesome.
So now a 3rd and 4 for the Bills at the 35-yard line of the Jets.
This is the 18th 3rd down situation the Bills have faced today.
Salas goes in motion. 3rd and 4. Taylor runs for it. Tyrod Taylor. Great play call from Greg Roman. And the execution from Taylor. He got a key block from Incognito and Boobie Dixon.
Well, they're now 9 of 18. This was a 3rd and 3. And Taylor scores from 18 yards out. And then the great effort here by Karlos Williams to hit in the backfield and the pass to Sammy Watkins. And again, Watkins on this drive picking up the 3rd down.
And look at the time. We're down to 5:32 remaining in this 4th quarter. This drive has been over 5 minutes for Buffalo. 10th play. Big hit. Gillislee takes a shot up the middle. 2-yard pickup. Pushing and shoving at the end of the play. Aaron Henderson with a lick. Taylor taking over and showing off his leadership. With Jordan Mills there. We go under 5 minutes to play now.
Big thing here for the Bills is to realize that they are in field goal range now for Carpenter with the wind at his back. Although this is the end of the field where the Jets missed earlier.
Bullock missed on a 40-yarder. Running play going up the middle. Not a whole lot there, but Gillislee turns it into a 2-yard pickup. So another 3rd down. It was Rex Bowl 1 at the Meadowlands in the first meeting. Not a whole lot of talk about Rex Bowl 2 just because of where Buffalo is in the standings at 7-8. But Rex pointed out to his team a chance to sweep a divisional opponent. They swept Miami as well. They got swept by New England. They're trying to build something for next season. 3rd and 6 now for Buffalo. Huge play. Under 4 minutes to go. Taylor lofts it high in the air. Incomplete. Gillislee was covered by David Harris, and it's 4th down. 3:53 remaining in the 4th. So here comes Dan Carpenter. He's made a 20-yarder. He made a 37-yarder. This one is a 42-yard attempt for Carpenter. His 3rd year as a member of the Buffalo Bills. Trying to extend the lead from 42 yards away. He's got it. 22-17. Buffalo. 3:49 left at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Little man, when you stand by my side, then I know I don't have to hide from anyone.
Keep the dream alive with restyled Honda Accord.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda. Hurry in for great deals during Happy Honda Days. Verizon. Better matters. And by Amazon Fire TV. Change the way you TV.
The night before Super Bowl 50, the NFL salutes the best players and plays of the season in a primetime star-studded football and entertainment special. NFL Honors Saturday, February 6th, only CBS. Who is that? Nanuka the North? No, George Grafio by his lonesome on the roof.
That's the epitome of the short straw.
This is part of our fantastic crew. You want to be a cameraman? Nope. At the network level?
No thanks.
Kickoff here from Jordan Gay after the 13-play, 56-yard drive and the 42-yard field goal from Carpenter. Antonio Cromartie is deep. Through the back of the end zone. Jets will have it at the 20. The Jets were poised to take the lead, but Fitzpatrick got picked off by McKelvin. Buffalo turned that into 3 points. Fitzpatrick gets another chance for the Jets when we come back.
Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go!
You're there every step of the way.
Go, 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 go!
Help them go further with the protection of life insurance from New York Life. Get started today.
Let's do a fresh start. Want everything in its place? Start at the place that has everything for Christmas, for laundry, for less. Let's do this. 64-quart latching totes now just $6.48 each. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Bud Light's been there. Connecting one amazing Super Bowl moment to the next. And for this Super Bowl, we're charging our game forward for all fans.
Introducing the limited edition Bud Light Super Bowl 50 bottle.
60 Minutes goes to the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle to unravel a mystery. The tragic sinking of a ship this past fall. The discovery revealed for the first time tonight.
This week, Colbert's all new with Jerry Seinfeld, Matthew Broderick, Senator Rand Paul, and Billion star Damian Lewis, plus Monday's Samuel L. Jackson.
5-game winning streak for the Jets. 3 of those have been very close. Week 13, Marshall the touchdown against the Giants. Overtime, Josh Brown misses a field goal. The Jets get the 3-point win. Week 15, Randy Bullock, field goal with 36 seconds left. That was the difference, a 19-16 victory at Dallas. And then last week, Fitzpatrick to Decker, a 6-yard touchdown in overtime, 26-20 victory over the New England Patriots. 3 wins in December with game-winning scores in the last minute or in overtime for the Jets. They trail 22-17. They've got to go 80 yards, and they've got 3 minutes and 49 seconds to do it. Fitzpatrick on first down. He hooks up with Marshall. It's a 9-yard pass play.
Has a great start to this drive. This is the direction that the Jets started the game in so miserably. Unable to get out of their own end of the field, but to get 9 yards on first down, confidence builder.
2nd and 1. Chris Ivory is in the backfield for New York. He gets the call. Ivory's got a first down. 3-yard pickup for Ivory.
That's just his 5th carry of the day. Ridley has 9 carries for 29. Ivory, of course, had that 58-yarder in the second quarter.
Single season franchise history. It's a new record for the Jets. The most yards they've ever put up.
Hey, Mike's 5-2, Mike's 5. Load it. Load it.
Yeah. Can they get 68 more? Fitzpatrick throwing. Incomplete. It's Mario Butler stepping in against Brandon Marshall.
Tremendous read by Butler. An out route by Brandon Marshall. And look at this reaction as he cuts underneath and gets his right hand in front of the 2 hands of Marshall and knock it away.
2nd and 10. Stephen Ridley is back in. They are working on the right shoulder of Chris Ivory. Fitzpatrick breaking a tackle. It's Marshall. A stiff arm and a first down. Tossed out of bounds by Rambo. There's Ivory along the Jets sideline with 2:32 to play.
What a veteran move by Marshall. First the catch, the sidestep here, and now more importantly, getting out of bounds after he picks up the first down. 12-yard gain on the play, and the momentum starts to build for New York.
The line of scrimmage is the 44. Jets trail 22-17. Fitzpatrick on a flip for Ridley. Lawson is there defensively, so Ridley cannot get it upfield for the Jets.
They're going to lose yardage on that play. And if Ivory can't go, remember Bilal Powell inactive today because of an ankle injury. It's going to be on Stephen Ridley.
Loss of 2. Ivory returns for the Jets. We've got 2:26 remaining. The give to Ivory, squeezes through and picks up 3 yards. 3rd and long as Brown combines with Roby to bring him down.
The Jets need to get this play off before they get to the 2-minute warning. But Fitzpatrick going to the sideline, content to let the clock run down to 2 minutes. I think that's a mistake. They only have 2 timeouts to work with and a long way to go to the end zone.
They'll face a 3rd and 9 when we come back to Buffalo. The Bills lead the Jets 22-17. A playoff spot is on the line for New York.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it's ridiculously powerful, which makes everything faster. Maps, shopping stuff, businessy stuff.
This kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff. And student films don't look like student films.
This is a student film? Get these kids on the phone.
Dude, that is a phone. So other than being the most powerful iPhone ever, not much has changed.
Hey Siri, good night.
And power down.
Back in 1965, Subway's founders Fred DeLuca and Dr. Peter Buck teamed up with one simple mission.
Fresh sandwiches. I like it.
The idea seemed crazy in a time when artificial foods and gimmicks were all the rage. But roller skates didn't make food any fresher, and mascots didn't make it any tastier. As it turned out, Fred was right. Sandwiches made with freshly baked bread, fresh veggies, and delicious meats would stand the test of time. We were fresh before it was fresh to be fresh. The Subway Sandwich Shop, founded on fresh.
Santa has a magic snow globe for every family. And whatever he puts in our snow globe shows up at our house. And this year, look at what he put in our driveway.
Santa can do that?
You sure can, honey.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is going on now with some of the most magical deals of the year. This is the pursuit of perfection.
We're different from other people. We become more different with every pill we take.
In the new year, will the pill that makes him a genius
Do what you need to do.
turn him into a monster?
I'm not killing anyone.
Bradley Cooper returns.
I don't want to be someone else.
No.
I think you do.
New Limitless, CBS Tuesday or stream it live or on demand.
3rd and 9 for the Jets with 2 minutes to play. They trail Buffalo 22-17. Of course, it's 4-down territory right now for the Jets, so you're still thinking 2 plays to get your 9 yards. Shotgun to Fitzpatrick. Hit as he throws a wobbler. Manny Lawson gets under it for the interception.
Pressure by Marcel Darius. And that could do it for the Jets. Fitzpatrick wanting to go deep with this ball, but he could never let go of it. As Darius right in his face.
A potential devastating ending for the Jets.
RootMetrics, in the nation's largest independent study, tested wireless performance across the country. Verizon won big with 153 state wins. AT&T got 38, Sprint got 2, and T-Mobile got 0. Verizon also won first in the U.S. for data, call, speed, and reliability. AT&T got text. Stuck on an average network? Join Verizon, and we'll cover your cost to switch.
Hey, honey.
You did it again.
What?
Yeah, where's the fence?
The fence is missing? What?
Where is it?
Baby, I had to. The fence worked great last week. We got on the Jumbotron. Let's go.
Just bring it back.
We're good. Let's go.
How much do we love football?
Go Cardinals.
You have no idea. Hyundai is now an official sponsor of the NFL.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. Great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Okay, we're gonna act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm gonna break the huddle confidently, and we're gonna call it incomplete.
Your mic's on!
First down! Thank you! 70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home. Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Find your agent at statefarm.com. And by Subway and the turkey breast sandwich with no artificial preservatives.
The Buffalo Bills are on the brink of spoiling the party for the Jets and putting the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. 22-17, a minute 48 to go. Gillislee with the carry and a timeout called.
Watch the pass rush by number 99, right side of the screen, fighting against DeBrickashaw Ferguson and James Carpenter. Marcel Darius, tremendous effort to get to the quarterback here and cause this dying quail that Manny Lawson will pick off for his first interception of the year. Fitzpatrick wanted to throw the long, high ball to his favorite receiver, Brandon Marshall, but Lawson tracked it down for the interception.
Dan, the first meeting between these two teams, it was 22-17 Buffalo. It's 22-17 Bills here in the season finale. Ryan Fitzpatrick has watched the playoffs the first 10 years of his NFL career. And he's a minute 45 from watching again. 2nd and 11. They tackle Gillislee. And the final timeout called by the Jets. Demario Davis with the stop. 1:39 to play.
That's why I think it was important for the Jets to try to get that 3rd down play off before the 2-minute warning. I know that they want to get to the sideline and make sure on the 3rd down play that they got everything square, but as you said, this situation in the game, it's no longer 4-down territory, 4-down time.
Yeah.
You have no other choice there. You're going to go for it on 4th down, so your 3rd down play doesn't have to get all that yardage. They can get a piece of it.
Jets also called a timeout in the 3rd quarter when they only had 10 men on the field.
Well, remember the first half they called 2 timeouts when their defense was on the field.
So now it's a 3rd and 9 for Buffalo. They can get the ball back. The Jets can with a stop here between 45-50 seconds. Taylor running. They bring him down short of the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup. Jets cannot stop the clock.
Tyrod Taylor is so explosive. He looks faster than Gillislee, who's extremely fast. Now the adventure here will be on the snap and the kick. The one thing that the Bills don't want to do, have Colton Schmidt kick this ball into the end zone. He'd like to have it die down inside the 10-yard line and give the Jets that much longer of a field to try to get back into the end zone.
Buffalo calls a timeout, stops the clock with 55 seconds remaining. Snapper is Garrison Sanborn for Buffalo. Return man for the Jets is Jeremy Curley. Trying to stay loose around the 13-yard line.
Well, your chances of having a long return by Curley probably aren't as good as trying to go after and trying to block this punt, but it appears that the Jets are trying to set up for the return.
Colton Schmidt. High punt. Curley gets under it. He's got it at the 11. Curley caught down short of the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh is in control in Cleveland. They've got a 28-12 lead. A Steelers win and a Jets loss, and Pittsburgh is in the postseason. The Jets have 44 seconds left, no timeouts, and they take over at their own 18.
Well, if you're Buffalo, you've got to double team Brandon Marshall and take your chances with Eric Decker. Both are going to line up on the same side of the field in this formation.
Out of the gun, Fitzpatrick steps up, trying to run, slow down, makes a move. Remember, no timeouts, clock is moving. We're down to 34 seconds left. Jets trying to get lined up quickly here, under 30 seconds now. Fitzpatrick will try the deep ball. Bobbled and knocked away. Kenvrell Tompkins had a clear path if he secured it.
Well, it's Mario Butler again coming over and dislodging the ball from Tompkins. If Tompkins can hang on to it or at least catch it on the rebound, he scores. Great play by Mario Butler, who's had his ups and downs today.
17 seconds left. The Jets in desperation mode. Fitzpatrick picked off. It's over. A.J. Tarpley A painful ending to the Jets season in Orchard Park. Rex Ryan and the Bills get the win. The Jets have been trying to get rid of the same old Jets stigma, but this result will sting. Three interceptions for Ryan Fitzpatrick, his best season in his 11 years in the NFL, but he comes back to Buffalo. And the flashbacks will live with him for many years.
Just too many mistakes made by the entire Jets team today. Not worthy of a playoff contender.
The Jets were trying to get into the playoffs for the first time since 2010. A 5-game winning streak put them in a position to control their own destiny. But a loss in Buffalo, and the Jets fall short of the postseason. They finished 10-6. The Bills wrap up the season 8-8. Rex Ryan sweeps his former team with a playoff berth at stake. The Jets unable to get it done. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a minute away from clinching the wild card berth in the AFC.
And give the Bills a lot of credit for fighting hard the entire day. Took advantage of the weather conditions and the Jets' mistakes to pull off this upset.
(22-17). The Bills over the Jets. For Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn, the rest of our NFL on CBS crew, this is Ian Eagle saying so long from Orchard Park. Coming up next, game 2 of our doubleheader. The Chargers at the Broncos, or the Rams at the Niners. NFL Today update coming up. This is the NFL on CBS.
Where are you?
Well, the squirrels are back in the attic.
Mom?
Your dad won't call an exterminator.
Can I call you back, Mom?
He says it's personal this time.
If you're a mom, you call it the worst time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Where are you? It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
CBS Sports presents the Geico Play of the Day.
With 1:02 remaining in the second quarter, Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger throws a pass that splits Cleveland defenders Jordan Poyer and Tayshaun Gibson, connects with Antonio Brown for a 17-yard touchdown. That score put Pittsburgh up 14-6. Brown recorded 10 receptions and 150 yards in the first half.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Fresh is what we're made of. Much like our tender turkey breast sandwich made with oven-roasted all-white breast meat and no artificial preservatives, it's hard to resist, even for us.
Do you know why you're here?
Not really, no.
You ate all the turkey for our Rhode Island market.
How am I supposed to do quality control if I can't eat the product?
You're not. You work in accounting.
Got it.
Okay.
The tender turkey breast sandwich from the Subway Sandwich Shop. Found it on Fresh.
Don't miss a new Big Bang Theory, Thursday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
Santa has a magic snow globe for every family. And whatever he puts in our snow globe shows up at our house. And this year, look at what he put in our driveway.
Santa can do that?
You sure can, honey.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is going on now with some of the most magical deals of the year. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the NFL Today update. I am James Brown, along with Tony, Coach Bart, and Boomer, as we take a look at the playoff scenarios.
Look at Coach. He's so happy right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in the playoffs. Congratulations to them as the Jets falter on the road at Buffalo. New England's still number one right now, but that number one position is in play. If Denver wins tonight, they will capture that number one position, and obviously a huge game between Kansas City and Oakland as well.
On the NFC side, Boom.
All right, Carolina, right there. They're getting ready to kick off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're in the 1 seed. If they win that game, that's what they will lock up. Arizona's still hoping that they can get the 1 seed. And obviously the big game tonight between Minnesota and Green Bay at Lambeau, that will determine the NFC North leader.
As we come back inside of Studio 43. All right, fellas, let's give credit where credit is due. Coach did call it with Buffalo early, the only one. And when he mentioned that Pittsburgh would be in that playoff scenario, my three colleagues said, Pittsburgh. You want to give him credit?
We give him credit. Coach is great. When he was
picking with his heart. Now with his mind.
With his heart.
That's what I said. He doesn't deserve it.
And you know,
as we welcome in those of you who are watching New England taking on Miami, Miami comes away with the 10-point victory.
And as I was telling you, that Denver right now still has a chance for that number 1 seed and overall home field advantage by beating San Diego here this afternoon. Just a terrible loss for the New England Patriots, because I don't know how you feel about this right now, guys, but New England's offense looks absolutely awful right now. I can't remember the last time I've seen it look this bad. The last couple of weeks, it's been really bad. They'll get some of these guys healthy, and they'll be better once the playoff starts, but that number 1 seed is up for in play now.
You know, I think one thing that we do know when you watch the New England Patriots, they are a different team on the road than they are at home. And, you know, that's the one thing that has been showing up. And like you said, they've missed a lot of parts right there. But if indeed they have to then go to Denver, that makes that matchup a little bit different.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the pregame show. Them at home, Gillette Stadium, going out there to try to get a win during the playoffs, it would be extremely difficult. So this just tosses everything up, makes it all the more interesting.
I mean, I've never seen Tom Brady get beat up like this in a long time. They really have to fix some of those issues that they have on the offensive line. They're going to have to come up with some way to put an extra lineman in there or something to chip their way out, because Tom Brady, if he's not comfortable in the pocket, he can't be terrific Tom.
And you know what's amazing? Because they have been so superb consistently, 12-4 now on the season, of course, but they've been doing it with plug-and-play-in players as well.
Well, and that's why, you know, he has to be a legitimate candidate for MVP, but I don't know, this performance today probably is going to hand that to Cam Newton. But I know this. They're going to be a tough playoff team to play against. They'll get healthy. I don't think Belichick or Brady really cares where they play. And then if you want to talk about disappointing, you know how disappointed the Pittsburgh Steelers were last week? Yeah. That's how disappointed the New York Jets have got to be this week. 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter by Ryan Fitzpatrick today.
Yeah, did not expect him to play that way.
And we like to bring in those who are watching the Pittsburgh at Cleveland contest. Pittsburgh did its part. They are in the postseason, as well as those who were watching Tennessee at Indianapolis. I was asking Coach about this, our Coach Cowher. Chuck Pagano, I think, fellas, under the circumstances, did an excellent job. Maybe excellent might be too strong a word, Coach. I'll defer to you. But I thought he did an excellent job given the circumstances.
There's no question. I mean, he played basically without Andrew Luck most of this year. Matt Hasselbeck had played hurt throughout a period of that time. And this team, I'll say this, and you can talk about how do they play. They played hard for this guy. They never quit playing. It indicated today, playing with a third and fourth quarterback, third string and fourth string quarterback, and that defense played well. And big win for them, and I guess we'll find out the fate of Chuck Pagano in the next 24 hours.
That we will. Boomer, let's go back to the AFC playoff picture and talk through it.
All right, take a look at this. The number 1 seed is in play right now by virtue of the loss that New England had. New England basically is giving Denver an opportunity. You see Houston clinches the AFC South. Pittsburgh now is in the mix because of the Jets' loss. They'll be at number 6, so they will visit most likely Cincinnati, Coach. Yeah. It'll be wild next week. And you can see really the big game is tonight, Green Bay and Minnesota to determine the NFC North. And you have Seattle visiting Arizona, and you have Tampa Bay playing against Carolina at 4:25 today.
It was Week 17 drama. New York needed to win, and they were in, Boomer.
Well, there's Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he's trying to get to his first playoff appearance in his 10-year career. And how is he going to do that? By throwing interceptions. Not going to happen. 3 fourth-quarter interceptions. That one right there by Manny Lawson. That was Marcel Darius that forced that interception. Here's right here at the end of the game. You would think that if Gambrell Tompkins can come down with this is going to be a touchdown, and the Jets are going to walk off winners. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick right here at the end is going to get picked off again. This time by A.J. Tarpley. A really, really disappointing loss for Todd Bowles and his New York Jets, and a very, very big win for Rex Ryan and his Buffalo Bills.
Up next, Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, the offense was very good, but I'll tell you, the defense played well. Here you can see Ben hit Antonio Brown, and boy, what a day he had. 13 catches, 187 yards, touchdown there. Then he hits Marcus Wheaton. But how about that Pittsburgh defense? 4 takeaways, 6 sacks in the day. And again, they find themselves now in the playoffs due to the loss by the New York Jets. Again, the big news here is that they lost D'Angelo Williams on that injury. The status of him to be determined for next week's game.
Jaguars at the Houston Texans. You can see Brian Hoyer. He missed the 5 previous games, came back, finally got cleared. He hits Jonathan Grimes right there for the 12-yard touchdown. Then once again, he hands it right back to Jonathan Grimes. He takes it up the middle for 3 yards. J.J. Watt had 3 sacks. He got that cast off, fellas. It looks like it's paying dividends for him because he had himself a fine football game. Now leads the league in sacks. Khalil Mack has yet to play, but you're looking at a guy who's Defensive Player of the Year. At least he gets my vote, if I had a vote.
Speaking of a vote, kudos to Bill O'Brien getting it done as well.
We're talking about the Indianapolis Colts. Here's going to be Josh Freeman, who's going to hit Kobe Fleener. He goes 57 yards for the touchdown. Again, this is the 3rd quarterback he's played with all year. And how about the defense? Zach Mettenberger's pass is going to get deflected here by Dwight Lowry. And Jarrell Freeman's going to take this in for a score from 22 yards out, 30-24. Indianapolis finishes out the season. They don't make the playoffs if they beat Tennessee.
And we talked about the job there that Chuck Pagano did under those circumstances. Bart.
England at Miami. Right here, Ryan Tannehill is going to find Jordan Cameron for the 2-yard touchdown as Miami takes the lead 17-10. Then Miami brings the house, takes Tom Brady down for the sack. Ryan Tannehill on the day was superb. 25 for 38 for 350. New England leaves themselves vulnerable.
All right, how about Cincinnati? They're playing the Baltimore Ravens and A.J. McCarron at quarterback. Threw a couple touchdown passes. This one to A.J. Green in the back of the end zone. They take a lead right there, 14-9. And how about Jeremy Hill right up the middle, back against the grain. Going to take it all the way in. This is going to be a 21-9 lead from that point on. The Cincinnati Bengals pretty much controlled the entire game. Good way to finish for them because they, tough game on the road at Denver last week. They lose in overtime, come back and beat the Baltimore Ravens, the pesky Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, and now they got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in to play them.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Should be great. And the thing to remember
here. And the word you would put on A.J. McCarron's performance?
Solid, really solid, nice solid backup. They got a good team around him. He's going to have his hands full next week, And the thing about this too, remember now, Denver gets ready to kick off against the San Diego Chargers. Denver wins, they get the #1 seed. There's Brock Osweiler right there. A lot of pressure on that young man's shoulder, and again, another team, San Diego, that has nothing to play for, right? And you take a look at Peyton. He is dressed today. He will be the backup for Brock Osweiler in this game as they get ready to play the San Diego Chargers.
It'll be interesting to see really how Gary Kubiak deals with Peyton, as you see right there. Does he play him? Does he put him in early? And again, a lot of it's going to go around this guy, C.J. Anderson. They got to get the running game going. That's the best thing you can do is take it off that offensive line, which has had protection problems. Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, the 2 big weapons right there for offense.
What are you looking for in that one, Bart?
I tell you what, well, I'm looking to see, you can't count Phillip Rivers out. These games go any type of way. You see the Buffalo Bills going for it 3 times on 4th down. You can't expect for teams to be conventional. They don't care. They don't have it tomorrow. Their only joy is to making sure that you don't have it tomorrow.
Tony, your thoughts?
Well, I think the big question here is Brock Osweiler going into this game, seeing how he can perform, knowing that you got a Hall of Famer, one of the best players to ever play at that position, quarterback Peyton Manning backing you up. That is a lot of pressure for this young man. We got to see how it responds.
And as Coach Cowher mentioned earlier, Peyton Manning, if it were him coaching, should get some time to get ready. That game coming up next here, Denver needs to win.
Phillip has his game.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Don't miss the new hit drama Limitless, CBS Tuesday, 10/9 Central.
Whatever you do when you travel, do more of it when you stay at Days Inn. Comfy rooms, free Wi-Fi, free healthy options breakfast. Business or pleasure, Days Inn is the best value under the sun. Get the best available rate and Wyndham Rewards bonus points at daysinn.com.
Did you get a job?
I
have a job. I'm a clown, okay?
Everybody, that's our brother.
So this is where you live?
Yep, it's only permanent.
We all can't be florists or dishwashers. Some of us have to be artists.